like to talk to us. And you give us a sign of your presence. And welcome to Let's Talk Ghost. I'm your host, Steve.
I'm Dan.
And we have a guest in the studio.
I'm Delia.
Hi, Delia. You've been here before.
Yeah.
And it is June 1st, 2014. How you doing, Dan?
Doing all right.
We had a little issues getting the show started.
Yeah, a few false starts.
Somebody had a little bit of a brain fart.
Yeah.
Connection.
Yeah, well, first the levels were off, and then I forgot to start the video, and...
Well, it's been a couple weeks.
It has been
Yeah,
a couple
'cause
weeks, so, yeah.
Because you had to get through finals, so we had a show pre-recorded a week in
we did
advance.
2 shows in one day, and then, so it's been a few weeks since we've actually been here.
As you can see, Will's gotten a lot better looking.
Yes, he has.
Oh.
Hey, that's right. We should have had her say she was Will.
Yeah.
Now, that would
I
have been
was
funny.
like, wait, my
No,
name is not
Will is still up running around with hillbillies
Yep, he is...
and wrestling bears
Wrestling bear.
up in the Adirondacks. So
Yep.
he'll
I'm
be
going there. I'm going to the
Are ya?
Adirondacks. Yeah, next
Cool.
weekend.
well. Will has been up there for the past 2.5 weeks,
Yeah, going on 3 weeks.
going on 3 weeks, and he'll be back next week for our show
Yeah, I think, isn't he coming back, like...
on the 2nd or 3rd or
Yeah,
something. Like that.
something
He should
like
be back. I think he might be back for next week.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be good. Good to
Yeah.
see him again. Haven't
Yeah.
seen him in a while. We miss our Willie.
Okay.
We miss you, Willie. Anyways, Lori's not here tonight either. I haven't heard
No.
from Lori. I think she's been busy trying to start a business up. She sells something. I'm not even sure what it is. Jewelry or does something. And what else?
Well, you made a new purchase.
That's right. I finally I bought a new motorcycle. Well, it's not new, but it's new to me.
New to you, and it's newer than mine.
And it's purple.
Well, it's not all purple.
No,
it's black with purple like accents.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely do something about that.
What's wrong with purple?
Yeah, it says the girl with the purple hair. I'm just not a purple guy. I would rather have it more black or something like that. I'm just not into colors like that. So I'm just nothing wrong with purple.
Good.
I like purple grapes,
Grapes are good.
and I like purple bubble gum. You
Those
know?
are 2 very good things.
Yeah, those are some of the greatest things in life is grape bubble gum and grape juice, I guess.
Grape
Okay.
Jolly
So my
Ranchers.
motorcycle is like grape Jolly Ranchers.
It is a nice motorcycle though.
It is.
Has
I
a lot
like
of aftermarket chrome parts.
I'm thinking about if I can afford it, maybe turn it into the LTG motorcycle and have the 3 our logo on the gas tank.
That'd be cool.
It'd look nice.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we have kind of an exciting show tonight. We are going to be talking to a couple from. You can go ahead and bring them in. I think
Sure. Why not?
we are going to be talking to a couple from the land down under. They are the founder and They are the founder of Drifter Paranormal. It is John and Deb. How you doing?
Pretty good, yourself?
Very well.
Now, you guys are in Australia.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, whereabouts in Australia are you?
Currently, we're in Queensland.
Queensland. Okay, that's neat.
Yeah. Originally from Melbourne, but we're moving our way up the east coast at the moment. We'll end up at the very top end of the that pointy bit at the top of the continent there. We'll end
Okay.
up there, and then we'll turn around and start heading back.
I just love technology. I mean, this is the greatest thing. Here we are halfway around the world, and we can talk to each other like this. This is awesome.
It is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just crazy. Now, you guys have a motorhome, is that correct?
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
And you guys just kind of, as your name says, you kind of drive around and drift around, I guess, and you do paranormal investigations.
That's right. Yes. Yes. We've basically we decided quite a while ago that we'd had enough of the corporate world, and we both of us had. Well, I was in the technical area. I was an IT engineer, and Deb was in accountancy, and we just had enough, and we decided that we'd do we'd follow a trend that is quite big in Australia called the grey nomad trend. Which, as the name suggests, there's all of these people in their mid-50s and upwards who get fed up with the winter down south. So in the roundabout autumn time, or fall as you would call it, they head up the one side of the country or the other towards the north, because, of course, the north is where the tropics is for us. They'd head up. So we decided on that lifestyle change. We decided we wanted to meld that with an interest that we'd had for quite some considerable time. We'd been doing paranormal investigations for about 6 or 7 years, and decided that we wanted to just meld that lifestyle into our hobby. And the other thing, of course, that we want to do, if we ever actually get enough time to get around to doing it, is to write a book about our experiences as we go around. So that's how the whole thing kind of came together.
Now you guys, you travel all around the country, because that's a big country. I mean, Australia is huge.
It is. I mean, we've only just started. We've been only doing it for 8 months so far.
Okay.
And we've only got as far as Queensland, because you can't hurry these things. But friends of ours had a map of Australia, and they were basically filling in every road. They had a big map, and when they coloured in a road that they'd driven down, they went on to the next one. And we'll just keep, as long as our health holds out, we'll just keep doing it.
Now, Queensland, is that like in your country? Is that like a province, or is that a state? How do?
It's a state.
Okay, that's considered a state. Like over here, like New York is a state, Pennsylvania is a state. So Queensland is a state. Okay, that's neat. Now, you guys are doing paranormal investigations. Now, can you tell us a little bit about some of the investigations you've been on? Maybe some of the more interesting ones?
Certainly, yes. It's actually it's interesting because we get we've the most interesting ones have come from some of the most unusual places. Probably our favourite place, and if you've gone onto our website or our Facebook page, you would have seen that we mention this a lot, is there's an old abandoned what was called a lunatic asylum in less enlightened days, down in the top end of the state of Victoria, called a place called Beechworth, which is an old gold town, and they have a huge complex there that was running until I think about 1972, and the very, very brutal history, obviously, because this place was set up in the in Victorian times, where if you were a female, of course, you could just find yourself inside this asylum for fainting too many times. And
oh wow,
yeah, and the cures for some of the things. I'll give you an example. The guy who ran the place believed that lunacy, of course, emphasis on lunar,
right,
was derived from the moon, being exposed to the moon, and would walk around at night, on a moonlit night, with an umbrella over his head because he didn't want to get the moon rays on. Now this is the guy that was running the place.
Wow. So
as you can imagine, the cures were most of the time way worse than the illness.
Right.
We've investigated that many times, and I guess as any paranormal investigator will tell you, you'll go to the same place 10 times and you'll get 9 nights of sheer boredom where nothing at all will happen.
Correct.
And then you get that 10th night where everything is just wonderful, everything comes together, and you get some activity. And there's a couple of quite notorious areas there. There's one called the Grevillea Wing, which is doubled as the place where they did the electrotherapy. And you can imagine how much fun that was in Victorian times.
Yeah, just about imagine.
Yeah, and so that place has quite a notorious reputation, and we've investigated that quite extensively. And interestingly, we've had a fair bit of activity there. One of our other team members, our youngest daughter Emily, was actually scared out of there.
Wow.
And if you like, I can tell you that story in a second, or
Okay.
Deb can. And but we usually used to find it quite quiet, but there was a canteen there, sort of a huge commissary, as you call it, that was built in the 70s, where we got the best EVP we've ever had. It wasn't a voice. Sorry, second best. I've just been corrected. We just had one just last week that actually topped that one. But this one there was just 3 of us in the entire complex. Now this complex is about a square mile. And there was just 3 of us, Deb, myself, and the lady who has the keys to the place, a lady called Fiona, who we were the only ones in there, and we just heard this metallic noise that just went like that. It was just like somebody was, when you were a kid, you might have done this. You run past a place that's got iron railings out the front of it, and you get a stick or something like that, and you just bang the stick. You just run past the railings, clicking the stick along the railings as you go. It was that kind of noise, but it kind of slowed down quite deliberately, as if someone was doing it. And to this day, we cannot work that out. But this was a relatively new and modern building, and yet we got the second best EVP we've ever got there.
Wow. So apparently you got another one last week that was even better, huh?
Oh yeah, we couldn't find anywhere in. We went to Gympie, which is a small another gold mining town in Queensland, and we couldn't find anywhere to investigate. We couldn't see any old buildings, and John's a bit of a steam train nut. We found an old railway station, so we went down there to just explore the old trains, and we just happened to have our mini kit with us, which we take everywhere, and because we were the only ones there, we're just walking through, and I'd left John on the station platform, and he was the only one standing there. We were the only 2 in there, and I'd just gone to throw some bottles in the bin, and he was standing there with the EVP recorder. And as clear as the bell. What did you get?
Clear the Way.
Clear the Way. Yeah.
Very, very deep voice, Australian accent, and as you probably gather by now, we have British accents. It was a clear Australian accent. Now with EVPs, if I hear a voice while I'm doing a recording, I'll actually say that, in fact, on that particular recording, a couple of cyclists rode past, and they were, because it was during the day, they were talking to each other, and their voices would have been picked up on the EVP. So I actually said a couple of cyclists into the recording, so that reminds me that, this was not something unexplained. No, I didn't hear this voice. There was absolutely no one on the station. This is a little country station out in the bush in Australia, and not really a whole lot of noise going on around there, and I didn't hear a thing.
You know what we've done in the past to check on EVPs. If you know a little bit about, well, obviously you do, about IT, but if you can find a program that you can run your EVPs through that will tell you, what is it, Dan, the gigahertz?
Well, it's called like a sonogram program.
Right.
It checks the megahertz.
Megahertz, I'm sorry, the megahertz.
The megahertz, where it falls like on the scale. And, like human hearing only picks up in a certain range of megahertz. And a lot of EVPs fall below the range of human hearing.
Typically, we found they fall below the range of human hearing, not above.
Yes.
But you can run them through, and that's, if you go to our website, all of our EVPs on that website fell below human hearing.
Outstanding.
But it's just another way to.
Well, that's why you don't hear them with the naked ear, but
but the sound is still there.
There's still sound waves that the recorder can pick up, and then when you're playing it back, it
comes out.
It comes out.
For some reason, when you play it back, it comes out, but you don't hear it with the human hearing because it's below our hearing level.
Right.
But it's just another way to check to see if your EVP falls below our human level, and it helps verify that they were actually an EVP.
Yeah,
excellent.
Good idea.
And this application, you say you've got it on your website, have you? Or
Oh, it's not on our website right now. I downloaded one a while ago. I need to re-download one.
He's got to find another one.
It's sonogram software. It's to analyze audio waves, and when you put it like an audio file into it, it tells you like on a graph like what the megahertz of the sound waves are.
we will look that up. That's certainly more sophisticated than what we use at the moment.
Definitely, yeah.
I use a thing called the 3-phase rule.
Okay.
With my EVPs, if I hear a voice, because a lot of the stuff that we hear is just whispered. It's very, very quiet.
Right.
In fact, this one that we just got at Gympie Railway Station is the first in 7 years of doing this. This is the first spoken voice as opposed to a whispered voice that we've picked up, which is really very exciting for us. But what I do is I use this thing called a three-phrase rule, where just to try and eliminate the pareidolia effect, the matrixing effect, where the brain is constructing a sentence from nothing out of the whole thing. And what I essentially do is I'll put the thing on a loop. I use Audacity for this, and I just put it on a loop, and if I pick up something that's that sounds like a coherent phrase, I'll then let it loop, and then I'll think of other phrases that sound a bit like it. And if I then start to clearly hear that phrase, I then do a third one. And if I then start to clearly hear that phrase, then I say, okay, no, this is pareidolia. I'm just, my brain's just reconstructing it. Right. And I'll dismiss that as a, if in doubt, chuck it out rule.
Right.
But what you're talking about is much more sophisticated. We'll certainly give that a go.
Yeah, if you can find the program. A lot of times you can get lucky and you can find the free download.
I found it for free, but then I ended up rebooting my computer and I forgot where I got it, and I just haven't gotten around to searching for that.
But they are out there.
Or another one. Yeah, the one I found was great and it worked great. And it was a free download. I never wrote down what website I got it from, and
so we got to redo it too.
Yeah,
but
I got a virus. I got a virus, and I got a virus and had to reboot my computer at one point, and lost it. Lost the program I was using. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that does. It's just one more thing to help verify that an EVP truly is an EVP.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
We'll definitely get onto that.
We'll give it a go. We're always looking for new things to help refine, and that's great.
So you said you do use Audacity.
That's right.
That's right. We do.
That's a great download, isn't it?
It is. It's fantastic.
We're recording the show.
It pretty much gives you most things that you want from from an EVP analysis. Deb and I, we tend to. Deb is the photographer. She takes a lot of photography.
Oh, okay.
Too many. She says. She creates a lot of work for herself. And I'm the one that sits there with the noise-cancelling headphones, with my eyes closed, sort of straining my ears into what seems to be mostly static.
Right. You want to talk about matrixing? How many Muppets can you find in trees?
Yes, yes. We found Muppets and monsters and
Terminators,
Terminator, predators, all kinds.
Raving aliens. I found all kinds of things in trees.
Oh, by matrixing pictures, yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, we're recording on Audacity right now. We actually record our shows onto Audacity, and it works great.
It's a great system.
Oh yeah,
it really is a great program. Yeah,
and it's free.
I know, it's wonderful.
Yeah, free's always a great price.
Retirees, we like free.
Oh yeah, free's always the right price. Now, so what's up for you guys in the future?
Well, we're trying to get a lot of the local groups to contact us, which we've been very disappointed that the local groups seem to keep their little empires to themselves. We were hoping that they would let us in and let us investigate with them with our equipment, but they don't seem to want outsiders coming into their groups. So we tend to try and find our own places when we go places, go to new towns, hit the town, find on Google search old places that are worth the cemeteries. We do a lot of cemeteries during the day, and we've got a lot of very good sorry, John's.
Now we have something going on over here across our country. It's called Para-Unity.
Yes, well, I'm trying to get involved in that.
Yes.
Yeah, and
there's a group over here called Access Paranormal.
Okay.
In fact, they've actually organised for the Klinger brothers to come over and run a couple of seminars in Melbourne and Sydney. Unfortunately, we're just way too far away to get down there at the moment. But we would have loved to have done that. But they're very much pushing the Para-Unity side of things. And yeah, and we're trying to support them very much. We're also members of a group called Ghost Hunters International, and sorry, no, that's the program. Sorry, Ghost Hunters of Australia, I should say. The plugging program.
Yeah, there you go. That's okay.
But yeah, they and the idea behind those is they take the groups that are, a little more serious. They're
Right.
not just some people that are going to get hopped into the beer and run riot in an empty building. They're
Right.
the people who actually try. They've got equipment and do this with I guess as much of a modicum of professionalism as you can get.
Right.
Running around dark buildings like an idiot, and they're trying again to bring together the more serious investigation groups,
Right.
into something a little bit more cohesive. The reason, and I apologise to Deb for distracting her. We were talking about what we were going to be doing in the future. One of the other things that we've got coming up is when we get up to Cairns, which is right up at the pointy end. Oh, I'm sorry, Dev, you talk about it. I'm in trouble now.
Uh-oh.
One of the things that we're looking at is we have an attachment potentially with a young lady who contacted us through our website, actually through our Facebook page, who believes she may have an entity that's following her.
Oh, okay.
And we're at this point, if you read our website, you'll see that we take an approach of open-minded cynicism,
Right.
where we will look for everything that could possibly be a natural cause for this before we start saying, okay, well then this becomes unexplained.
Well, I believe that's what you have to do that, really.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can't just every bump you hear or every little noise you hear, you can't go running. It's a ghost. It's a ghost. It's a ghost.
No, and that's what we're trying to get through with her is, as John puts it, you can't see Casper in every corner.
Right.
You have to try and work out what is normal. Like she'll see things fall off hooks. She'll see
Right.
glasses moving, tins of drink moving. Well, as you know, if you get liquid underneath a tin, it's going to move.
Right.
Towels fall off hooks.
Right.
She's seeing all of this as this entity trying to contact her. So we're going to meet up with her when we get to eventually get up to Cairns and just do a little bit more research on it. We're just trying to help her remotely at the moment.
Yeah, our approach has been mostly giving her a strategy to, if it is an entity, how to control, take control back from the entity,
Right.
so that it doesn't start to rule her life, and then she can decide whether she wants to live with the entity or get rid of it, and so on.
Right.
So she has, because it's still going to be August before we get up to Cairns to do this. So we've given her a strategy to try and work through that, and hopefully by the time we get out there, it's going to be a case. Of, well, look, don't worry, guys. Everything's under control now. We don't really need you. But if she still feels disturbed by this thing, then we'll actually do a full investigation, throw all of our equipment at it, throw all of our techniques at it, and see if we can actually come up with some evidence that there really is something in there, and at least then we can modify the strategy. I mean, as you guys would know, there's a myriad of different things that we can use to try and either control or get rid of an entity, particularly if it's a more troublesome one. But we'll play that one as we see it when we get there.
Yeah, you kind of got to play each one out as it unfolds.
Absolutely, yeah. And I've been getting a lot of help on Twitter from one of the from a medium, because we have no experience in that at all. We're not sensitive in any way. We purely rely on what we get from our equipment.
That's kind of what we do.
We don't feel it. We see a light go off, But he's doing a lot of help with us remotely on how we can deal with this when we get up there, if it is still a problem. So that's been helpful.
Now, do you people do you guys ever encounter what do you call Aboriginal or the Aborigines?
Aborigines.
Actually, we have. One of the cemeteries that we went to at a place called Foster,
Yeah.
which is in New South Wales. They had an Aboriginal section in their cemetery, which is
Okay.
what drove us to it. You know, we'd never done anything that was you know that Aboriginal in history, and we got a very clear image on a headstone of one of the guys that we were chatting to. He had a big polished granite tomb that he'd obviously a lot of money had been spent, and we actually saw the reflection of an Aboriginal face in that.
Wow. Now, the Aboriginal people over there, how do they bury their dead or cremate their dead? What's their
Well, this
practice?
is what surprises me. We would have expected, because they're a nomadic people by nature, we would have thought that they would have just buried along their travels, but they seem to be in cemeteries, which to me seems totally against their beliefs. And when we first came across these bricked-in graves, it actually seemed completely wrong when we first saw them. So we want to do a lot more research into this on our travels, because as you get further and further away from Victoria, where because it's a smaller state, there doesn't really seem to be an awful lot of Aboriginal history that's embraced in that state as such. As we get further and further north, we're finding more and more towns have still got their Aboriginal names, and more sacred sites and what have you.
All right.
We can actually get more into the history and find more about their beliefs and hopefully learn a lot more about them.
Because I have to believe their religion has to fall probably more in the paganism type of religion. Wouldn't you say, Dan?
Well, it'd probably
Definitely.
be similar to like the Native Americans.
And very similar to our Native Americans here. It
Yes.
sort of falls on the same line as almost like a pagan style religion.
Well, worshipping
Yeah.
earth.
Absolutely,
and
very
animals
much linked to the land, very
Right,
much linked
worshipping.
to legends, and there doesn't seem to be so much emphasis on particular gods associated with the land. It is more the land itself, and
Right.
and I must confess I'm not an expert here, so
Well,
there may be some
we aren't
Aboriginal
either.
listeners will be calling me an idiot, but my take on it is that you know there is far more. You know, the land is if you like their spiritual center, and it's extremely important to it, and a lot of their stories are associated with mythical creatures that are very much associated with real creatures associated to the land.
Okay. Very similar to our Native Americans.
Yeah. And it's very interesting. The one sort of side story associated with the paranormal was we were near Brisbane a couple of weeks ago, and there's a notorious prison there called Boggo Road Jail, and we were very, very keen to get into there and do an overnighter at that place. It was, I mean, the place had the most unbelievable atmosphere. It's a very, very dark place, and probably the most notorious prison in the entire country.
Wow.
So we were kind of keen to get into there, but we found that we were getting stonewalled very vigorously by the people who actually run the place now, because it's obviously it's empty now. It's not an active jail now, we. We couldn't understand why, and we were getting a little bit miffed about this because essentially they were saying, well, yes, you can come in, but no recording devices, no EVP devices, no cameras, movie cameras, and so on. And we thought, for goodness sake, this is you're cutting off our arms and legs here. What's the deal? And I decided I was going to protest about this, so I went online to find out the website for corrections, Queensland Corrections, to see if we could get them to change, in our case, let us actually do the recording. And what I found there was rather interesting. There was a lot of protests that were lodged there by Aboriginal families because back in the 80s there was a spate of, I think it was about 11 or 12 deaths in custody. All of the prisoners that killed themselves were Aborigines. And this very much goes back to the nomadic culture of the Aborigines. Walling in an Aboriginal is torture.
All right.
In fact, another jail that we looked at, I think it was in Fremantle, over the other side of the country near Perth. There, towards the end, with the softening of regulations, the prisoners were allowed to decorate their own cells. And some of these loonies, they painted the walls black or purple, and painted
Right.
nice psychopath kind of pictures.
Right.
The Aborigines uniformly painted bush scenes, open bush scenes.
Oh, okay.
So we put two and two together with the Boggo Road Jail and realised that what was actually happening there is they didn't want ghost hunts to be performed in there, and they certainly didn't want recordings, because it was their families who had died there. And
They
very
looked at it. They looked at it as disrespectful.
Absolutely.
Precisely, yeah. So of
Okay.
course at that point we backed right off. We didn't. I don't think we took a few pictures, and I think that was about
that
it,
was it.
which we were allowed to do. But even if we'd been allowed, having read those things,
We weren't.
there's no way we would have done it.
Wow.
But it was interesting that it was the Aboriginal culture that that brought that whole thing to a screeching halt. So there is a major effect on how you do paranormal
Right.
investigation.
Well, unfortunately, we're running out of time here. And but listen, guys, John and Deb, could you do you have any websites or anything that people could look up and see what you're doing?
We do indeed, yes.
What-
If you just
what-
search Drifter Paranormal on Facebook,
Okay.
our pictures, our EVPs, a couple of movies there.
Oh, cool.
Interestingly, another radio interview that we did.
Oh.
That's all on there, and we also have a website,
All right.
which is Drifter Paranormal, or one word,
Just
.org. O-R-G.
okay. And what you could do is if you could email us a photograph of you and Deb, or whatever your logo is, and we'll put it on our website, and we'll attach the links to it.
And a bio.
And a bio. If you could do a quick bio, write a quick bio for us, we'll put that on our friends page.
Absolutely. That was
Fantastic.
brilliant,
That will be
yes.
lovely. Yes, we will certainly do that.
Hey, we gotta wrap it up, and it's been really great talking to you guys. Really neat. You are our farthest away interview so far. I don't think we can get any further away unless we go to another planet.
Right, yeah, you start getting further away, then you start just getting closer again.
Right. So, hey,
That's right.
Well, if we can find a way of getting our RV onto the space shuttle, we'll,
there we go.
We'll maybe aim for the moon next.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Hey, thanks for coming on, and it was a pleasure having you here.
It was a
Thank
pleasure
you
to be
very
on
much.
here. Thank you.
Okay, bye now.
Yep, bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Okay.
And that was John and Deb from Drifter Paranormal, all the way from the land down under Australia.
Well, they're from England,
But they're in
but
Australia.
they are in Australia.
that
yes.
was awesome.
It's actually funny how they brought up the Beechworth mental asylum. I
Yeah.
did a report.
Oh,
on
did
it
you really?
Because I had to do a report on a place that I'd really like to visit.
Oh,
so it's
really?
like it's considered the most haunted place in the world.
Wow. You should have said something.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to, but like everybody was talking, so I
Yeah,
just-
it's hard
Well,
to get a word in.
Yeah.
You just
Well-
gotta butt in.
Well, we got to get to a break here.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead, Dan. You take it away.
Okay, this week we have Frank Vieira with The Girl I Want to Hold, and you can check him out on our featured artist page.
Yeah, she's as sweet as honey, got a smile for days. She's a warm yellow sunshine and a breeze by the bay. She's a cool blue blanket on a midsummer's night, and the moon in my head rolling the tide. Yeah, she's the pick to my life, the one my size. The 65th crane in my Crayola box lives in the only world as crazy as mine. She's a knight in my shoes, keeping me tight. And she's a little left to center, a little higher than most. Yeah, the girl may be trouble, but if the truth be told, she's the crown chasing lightning bugs, girl that I want to hold. Yeah, she's a look in the eyes of a lover at dawn, skipping my step to my favorite song. She's the X marks the spot, and when the truth's hard to find, all the dreams in my head and prayers in my mind. And she's a little help to center, a little higher than most. Hell, the girl may be trouble, but if the truth be told, she's a brown that spark plug chasing lightning bug, girl that I won't hold. And she's a little left of center, a little higher than most. Yeah, the girl, she may be in trouble, but if the truth be told, yeah, she's a little help to center, a little higher than most. Yeah, the girl may be in trouble, but if the truth be told, she's a brown-eyed spark plug chasing lightning bugs, running through my soul. She's the girl I want to hold. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Doc, what's wrong with our friend?
I'm not sure. Ever since he's listened to Let's Talk Ghosts on Sunday night from 8 till 9 on DTMWickedRadio.com, he's been like this. I think he's become a fan.
Hi, this is Mike Shabrassi, executive producer for Deftone Picture Studios, and you're listening to Let's Talk Ghosts.
And that was Frank Vieira with The Girl I Want to Hold, and you can check him out on our featured artist page.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Awesome.
Yes.
Sauce.
Awesome sauce, yes. So, Dan,
Yeah.
what time is it?
It's time for What the Heck Does That Mean?
I'm confused.
The girl in the purple hair is confused.
You
Okay.
won't be for long.
Okay.
Dan, every week, Dan comes up with a word.
All right.
And I or you or whoever's here has to try and guess what the word means.
You have to try to guess the definition of the word.
Okay.
So get your brain in.
My brain's in.
Put your brain in gear.
Just got a screw on my brain right
Okay,
there.
we're ready.
All right.
What is the word,
The
Dan?
word this week is pulviculture.
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 Okay, now.
Would you like me to spell it?
Sure, go ahead.
Pulviculture.
Well, it's obviously the study of something, because culture, like horticulture, there's different culture. So it's like the. Say that again.
Pulviculture.
So what does pulva mean? It would be.
Is it the study of like worms and stuff?
No, not even close.
Okay, it is the study of people that drive pickup trucks.
No.
Is
Not
it-
even close.
Okay. It's the study of
And
people who drive.
And I'm going to steer you away from the study of thing because it's
It's
not.
not the study of
it's-
anything?
No, not really.
Does that have anything to do?
Well, I guess it's not really.
Is it a career?
I guess it would have been a career for some Native Americans.
Ah.
So is it?
It's the art of making arrows.
No, nothing to do with arrows.
Because, I mean, that'd be a good job for, back in the day, if you were the arrow maker.
It's cave painting.
Not cave painting.
The art of making pottery.
No,
Am I close?
not even close.
Okay.
Okay.
Dan?
Yes.
Use it in a sentence, please.
Oh.
That
Go
doesn't
ahead,
give
go
it
ahead.
away.
You can't even use it in a sentence.
Yeah, well, 'cause I'm trying to think of one that won't give it away, you know.
I can use it in a sentence. I have no idea what pulviculture means.
I bet that right now in California they had somebody out there that knew about pulviculture.
Oh, because of the shooting?
No shooting.
Marijuana?
No, not marijuana.
The heat.
Earthquakes?
Getting closer.
Earthquakes.
The
No.
sun.
El Nino.
It's people who study, like, they like the sun a lot.
Oh, solar panels.
No.
Sun dancing.
I give up. What is
She's
it?
well, she's the closest so far.
Oh, really? Sun dancing?
Well, no.
Oh.
Okay. Pulviculture is the science of making rain or schemes for inducing rain.
Oh.
Like if you're rain
Pluie.
dancing.
I should have known that because pluie is rain in French. Rain is my middle name.
Yeah.
I should know.
Oh,
So, Native Americans back in the day would do a rain dance. So
all right.
I said sun dance. That's close.
Well,
So
that's why I said you were getting close.
pulviculture.
It's the opposite
So
of
it's
sunny
trying to make
rainy.
it rain. So it's the art of
Make it
culture
rain.
of whatever.
Well, the
trying to make it rain.
science of making it rain or schemes for inducing rain. So, like the rain dance would fall in the schemes for inducing rain, whether they work or not.
Oh, aren't you just a smarty?
I
pants?
am.
So, guess what I've been doing?
What have you been doing?
I've been rewatching Supernatural from episode 1, season 1.
Good
That
job.
show's not as good as American Horror Story.
But it's Supernatural is a good show.
I like Supernatural because, like, even if you don't follow it, you can still, like, jump in anytime
Right.
and watch an
Every
episode.
every
Yeah.
episode is different, but there still is a sub story that follows
Yeah.
with it. And I haven't seen the early episodes in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a
They're
long
so
time for me too.
young.
Boy, are Sam and Dean look young in the
Oh,
new
yeah.
episodes. Oh my God, they look
Well,
like little
'cause
kids.
It's what, like season 9 or 10
9
now?
or 10, yeah, they're like 10 years older now. But
Yeah.
Sam really looks young in the first
Yeah.
episodes.
Well, they're probably early 20s. Now they're getting
Yeah.
into their 30s probably.
Well, he just came in the early shows. He just came from that chick show, One Tree Hill
or
Gilbert Girls,
Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls. That's what it was.
Gilbert Girls.
Gilbert Girls.
Yeah, Gilbert's Girls.
Hey, like I really watched it, you know.
Oh, you did.
yeah, don't
lie.
lie.
I know.
I keep knocking my knees on the table.
That's okay. And we talked about my new motorcycle, and we're going riding tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
You're gonna come out tomorrow with your bike, and because I haven't got my license yet, I'm getting it in a few weeks, but right now I don't have it, and we're gonna go out and practice a little.
So, if you watch Supernatural,
Yeah.
have you ever seen American Horror Story?
I've not seen it. Oh, American Horror Story. That's the one where they move into that house.
Well, there's a whole bunch of...
But the lady in it, she's from Friday Night Lights. The mother,
I'm not sure.
I believe she is.
I know it's got, like, Evan Peters.
Do you know what Friday Night Lights was?
No.
Okay, it was a show. It was
Oh.
about football in Texas.
Well,
And the woman that played the wife of the coach.
each
is on
episode,
it.
each
I don't know what her
season
name
is
is.
a different theme, and they have different actors. Sometimes
Okay.
they have the same actor play, like, they repeat actors.
Yeah.
But not as the same
yeah,
characters.
each season is a different story. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Oh.
The story does not carry on from season 1 to season 2.
Yeah, the one
Oh.
I think you're thinking of, though, is Murder House, which was the first season.
Yeah.
And then there was Asylum, and then there was Coven, and now they're doing...
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like.
yeah, now they're doing one
I thought it was the same
Carnival
family.
theme?
I thought it was
think
just a
that's it.
family that followed through the whole thing.
No, only season 1 is in that house that they move into,
The second one, they're in an asylum.
and in the
But it's a
insane
different
asylum.
cast.
Yeah,
So
it is mostly a different cast, but they do carry on some actors.
They
but just not
overlap-
as the same
overlap some,
characters.
yeah.
okay. Now, real quick, we'll recap some of the stuff we're doing this year. In August, we're going to go to Buffalo, New York, August 8th.
Yes,
and
August
we are
8th.
going to investigate the Sullivans, the Little Rock, and the Croaker, which are
For
three.
the second time.
Right, these are 3 U.S. Navy warships from early or probably mid 40s to the 50s and 60s era,
Yeah.
and
They were commissioned in World War II.
right. And
So-
this will be our second time, and in between, Ghost Hunters were there.
Yeah, we
They did
went, then
investigation.
Ghost Hunters went, and now we're going again.
Yep. There's been a lot of investigation. It's a fun place to go.
And
We have a lot
Delia
of
might
fun.
be
I
going.
could
Delia might
possibly
join
be
us.
going.
She might be joining us.
I'm excited. I've never been on a...
Have you?
True
Have
ghost
you already told her that she's going to be the bait?
Oh, yeah, you're the bait.
No.
Well, because think about it, a ship full of like 2,000 men, because this is back before women could serve in the military like
Yeah,
that.
so you're going to be the bait.
Guys, I've never been on a ghost hunt before.
So you have to put like really bright red lipstick on.
That's classic me. I already do wear that.
And you have to wear like a 1940s dress.
You obviously don't know my wardrobe.
Yeah, she has all that.
I have all
Okay.
that
Alrighty.
already. It's okay.
When you have like a couple thousand men on a ship,
I could do the whole Marilyn Monroe thing.
Yeah.
No, wait,
There
that
you
was the 40s. Marilyn Monroe was the 40s.
Now, like I said before, Will's going to be back in another week.
Yes.
He's been up hobnobbing with the hillbillies and
the grizzly bears.
professionally bear wrestling.
Yeah.
I hope he wasn't bear wrestling, but wrestling bears.
Right.
I think we went through that once before.
Yeah, I think we did. But he
And,
said he was going to do a couple investigations up there. Supposedly there is a tree not far from his father's cabin up there, or his family's cabin up there, that some outlaws were hung at.
Oh yeah, he did talk about that, didn't he?
There were some horse rustlers or whatever they were like horse thieves or whatever. And there's like 2 or 3 guys that were hung from this
Supposedly
one
hung
tree.
from a tree, yeah.
And he planned on going there and doing a little EVP session or whatnot.
Okay, now the next thing I got to do, I need to plug this the Finger Lakes Paracon.
Yes, and we need to start getting that on our website.
Yes, we got to get that on our website so people. But I'm going to give you all the information here. It is put on by Upstate Paranormal Society. It will be held at the Event Center in the Hilton Garden Inn in Auburn, New York. The address for the Hilton Garden Inn is 74 State Street, Auburn, New York, and the zip code is 13021. Tickets for the Finger Lakes Paracon will be $10 for adults, and 17 and under will be for free. Free. You can check out their website at flparacon.com, all one word, flparacon.com, or you can call area code 315-406-4866 for information. The event will be held on September 26th, which is a Friday night, and the 27th and the 28th of this year, of course. And apparently on Friday night, they're going to have some pre-assigned groups that are going to go around in the different locations and take groups out ghost hunting and basically trying to raise money for some of these.
They're doing that Friday night?
I believe that's going to be Friday night, yes.
And the convention is on
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and
So
Sunday.
if you want to go out on some of these ghost tours or ghost hunts, whatever they're doing, you do this on Friday night and you get hooked up with one of the groups. And I guess what they want, I think what they are looking for is some donations to help out with some of the sites.
Yeah.
Whatever you can afford. I don't think I don't think they expect you to write out $1,000 check. Just if you can throw $5 in a hat or whatever it is, whatever you can afford. They didn't really say how much. It was just they're looking for donations, which is not a bad thing because that's how a lot of these places stay open.
Right.
So it's a good thing.
And we're going to be there both days?
Yeah, we're going to be there Friday and Saturday. Saturday and Sunday. We're going to have a table set up. We're going to be doing some interviews and meeting people that want to, fans, and of course they'll want my autograph.
Oh, of course they will.
I mean, I'm pretty famous.
You better get to ordering some 8x10 glossies that you can sign, yeah. At least 10, 20,000 of them.
8x10s?
Yeah.
Why not life size?
You could do life size posters.
Who wouldn't want a life size picture of me? I mean, think about it. You could use it to cover up the bad sheetrock in your bathroom or something.
Sure.
That would be a perfect use.
Yes. And what else we got going on, Dan? Anything that you can think of?
Well, there's the Paranormal Picnic.
Oh, yes. We can't forget our own event. On July 26th of this year, which is a Saturday, Let's Talk Ghosts is sponsoring the second annual Paranormal Picnic. It will be held at our property in Owego, New York, and we will be supplying the meat.
Yes.
We will be supplying hot dogs, hamburgers, and possibly something else, maybe sausage or something.
Well, and definitely some, veggie burgers.
Veggie burgers for anybody that comes out that's a vegan or is
vegetarian.
We'll try and make everybody happy.
Try to. Yeah.
And it was a fun time last year, and we should have a fun time this year.
Just
It is open to anybody that's involved in the paranormal, whether you're a group or an author, a psychic, a medium, whatever you want to. If you want to show up, you want to
build equipment.
Yeah, build equipment. If you build paranormal equipment, or if you
Whatever. If you're
Whatever.
if somehow inside of the
or like us, if you're a podcaster.
yeah.
Anybody who wants to show up, but you got to send us an email to letstalkghost@gmail.com and let us know that you're coming. We need to have a number so we know how much meat to buy.
Well, and you have to bring a dish to pass.
And you also, the only thing we ask is you bring a dish to pass suitable for the size of your group. So what that means is if you got 10 people coming, don't stop at Price Chopper on the way through town and buy a half a pound of potato salad. That's not really quite enough.
That's not enough for 10 people, no.
Now, if you want to bring steak and lobsters for everybody, that would be great.
Sure.
And, make, filet mignon, whatever. There is a farm right next door. We could go shoot a cow.
You can get some corn.
We could go steal a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could butcher a whole cow.
Yeah, we'll butcher a whole cow up for the picnic. What do you think?
But only when everybody's sat down.
And
everybody's sitting around the table, put the cow on the table, and just
chop its head off.
Butcher it.
Or, what we could do is
would be very mean to the cow.
Take one of the cows, and instead of doing a pig roast, do a cow roast.
Ah.
Roast an entire, like a whole cow.
I was at one of those ones.
A cow roast?
Yes, I was.
That sounds like a really weird thing.
They actually, no, this is true.
Really?
They do it is they take a cow, of course they butcher it first, obviously.
Well, yeah.
They don't lead it into the ground, but
Right.
they dig a really deep hole.
Okay.
And they
Cover
build a bonfire.
Yeah.
Then they cover it with something, and then they put the meat in on that, and then they cover it with like tarps or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they actually bury it in the ground for like 24 hours or 36
Well,
hours.
I mean, I've seen on TV where they do that with pigs.
No,
I've
they
seen
actually
in Hawaii.
they'll do that with cows. Yeah.
Oh.
When I was a kid, IBM put on a family day picnic down at a park down in Elmira, and that's how they did it.
Took a whole butchered cow and
put it buried it in the
threw it in the
ground
ground?
and cooked it.
Huh.
Interesting.
I was just kind of joking when I said that.
No, they actually do. Yeah.
I mean, I know that you do pig roast. I've never heard of somebody doing a whole cow roast.
Yeah, they
Sounds
yeah.
like a lot of food.
Yep, it's cooking a cow.
Huh.
You got to kind of make your own oven.
Yeah. Well.
So like this. See, here's the ground.
Oh, yeah. See, we're
a
on
little
radio.
diagram.
Yeah. You're gonna put a cow in there. You can hold it up to the camera
Yeah,
when you're done.
I'll show the camera.
Delia's gonna draw the artwork of what this would look like.
And there's the
Oh.
cow. Right there.
That's the cow?
Yeah. And then here's the fire.
That's awesome.
And then here's the people staring at it.
Well, that's
Now,
not exactly how you do it.
No,
but-
this is it right here.
okay. We'll
Now-
take your word for it.
They're hungry, so they're holding rakes. Oh, that's my phone. I apologize. See, okay, like there's the cow, and there's the fire, and there's the hungry person.
All right. Now, to the people
That's
just
great.
listening to our show, I'm not sure if it would work, but it's a great picture.
Yeah.
Great artwork. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you need to go to YouTube to see Delia's artwork.
Yeah.
Now,
if you're just listening,
yes.
probably just doesn't make any
So
sense.
now they're all gonna go look. So I just
That's
got
right.
you guys YouTube viewers.
And if you want to see Delia's purple hair,
Yeah, I have to dye.
does her hair look purple on the camera?
Oh yeah.
I have to
How
dye
about
it
in,
tonight.
Oh, in ghost hunting mode,
Ghost hunting mode.
now her hair is no
da.
longer purple.
No.
What color is it?
Probably gray.
It's like grayish white.
Now you look old.
Oh.
Well, you are pretty old,
Oh yeah.
so
Well, her birthday is coming up
that's true.
Turning
And-
17.
in
Oh,
what
really?
about 2 weeks?
I don't want to talk about it.
No.
Probably 3 weeks. I don't know.
No, we'll have all of
17.
our fans will send you.
Isn't your birthday
present.
like the 17th?
It's the 24th.
Oh, 24th. I was
Yeah.
close.
So like
So yeah, about 3 weeks.
17 years old and still don't have my permit.
Ah,
But it's probably a good thing for other motorists that she doesn't.
probably.
I'm a good driver.
Now,
She's keeping the roads safe.
now, anything else going on? Now we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be up to in Auburn.
Yes.
That should be fun. We're going to set up a table, try and get some
Oh,
interviews.
you never said the date for that, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
it
you
was,
did?
it was
Okay.
September 26th.
I'm just not paying attention then.
I believe September 26th, 27th, 28th. But we got to rock that. We got to get a lot of people going to it.
Yeah.
And people in the New York area, they're out in upstate New York and stuff. Go to it. It should be a lot of fun.
Definitely.
And we'll try and get some of that artwork up on our flyers or whatever up on our website so you can get more information.
Well, I'm done with school until September,
Yeah, so
so
now you can get something done.
I have no excuse at this point for not getting our website updated.
Now, Will, he's not here to talk about his beeper stuff, so
No.
And
you can find beepers on Facebook by searching beepers, BPIRS.
Oh, of course, you can find us on Facebook for search. If you search "Let's Talk Ghosts," you can find us on Twitter. Now, I do a lot of twittering,
A lot of tweeting,
twittering, whatever it is. You can find us on Twitter. Just search for "Let's Talk Ghosts," and you'll see that you'll recognize the skulls.
I have a Twitter.
And you can find
you can find Delia on her Twitter.
And if you can find us, you can find us at www.letstalkghost.com if you are listening to us on iHeartRadio
or DTM.
You can, of course, you can also find us on DTM Wicked Radio, and you can also find us on iHeart, but you have to go to iHeart, you have to search for DTM Wicked Radio and find us in their listings.
Right.
And I believe we're on some other ones, and I got to get the names of the other places we're being played at.
Oh, we are? But
we're on several different things. I just got to get a listing of all those so we can...
DTM?
Yeah, it's all sponsored by DTM, yes.
Gotcha. We're also on YouTube now.
Oh, and we're also...
That's what that camera right there is doing.
Right. Hi, everybody. We're in ghost hunting mode.
Yes.
Now, if you go to our website at www.letstalkghost.com, there is a direct link to YouTube. And
there sure is.
And you click on that, and you will see all these videos of our lovely faces.
There's about 4 on there at this point.
Four.
I have one I have to put on. I'm kind of slacking on the YouTube.
Yeah, well, they're a little tough to upload.
Yeah, it's not an easy process.
Yeah, it's not easy to upload a 1-hour show.
No.
It takes time. But they're on there, and you can watch them.
Yep.
And you can see us at work. It's great.
Oh, yeah. It's exciting.
Oh, yeah. Now, we don't have any investigations coming up, but I think we do. Well, I got to get with Deb of Beepers because she sent me some kind of a note. I think we're supposed to go help them do something here in the next week or so.
Okay.
I got to get a hold of her. I got to call her. Usually, Will is our connection.
Yeah, our go-between.
Between us and Beepers.
Oh, so we see him every week, so
and
he kind of keeps
I believe
us posted,
she sent me a message on Facebook and something about there's some huge investigation that we're supposed to help them with, and
you should hold up your artwork.
Oh.
Yes.
Can I see it?
Here, let me go back out of ghost hunting mode.
They can see it.
Oh, they can see it even in ghost hunting mode?
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, yeah, turn on the light.
There, we're out of ghost hunting mode.
Yeah, now you can see it even better.
Yeah. So that's some great artwork.
Yeah. That's
so Deb, I guess if you're listening, you got to get a hold of me. Let me know what's going on with that investigation. We can't talk about where it is because I don't even know where it is.
Plus,
but we can't talk about it anyways.
Yeah.
They're awful secretive.
They are very secretive.
Yes. And
well, and again with the Beepers stuff, we don't know all their information. So if you really want to get a hold of Beepers, listen to either the
actually you can go to our website and find this information on Beepers.
Either on our website or click on one of our prior shows,
and Will tell you all about it at the end.
But yeah, so if you go on the show right before this one,
Will was on it.
Will was on it and went through the whole spiel.
Now I hope everybody enjoyed all of our interviews we had last 2 weeks.
We had some good interviews.
Yeah, with some neat people.
Unfortunately, we lost a couple good ones, but
unfortunately, that sucked.
Yeah,
but hey, it happens.
It happens.
And we lost our interview with Amy Allen.
Yep.
Tiffany Gager, and
Brian Cano.
Do we still have the one?
Oh no.
Do we still have John Tobin's?
We have John Tobin.
Okay, we played that one.
Yeah.
And but that one guy, I don't remember his name.
Wasn't it Cano that we lost also?
We lost Brian Cano, and then that other guy had a table over by us. We lost some good interviews.
Yes, we did.
Technology.
Yep.
Well, I blame that one on Windows 8. Even though you just missed, you didn't see what happened. You didn't catch it quick, but Windows 8 pulled a fast one on us.
Well, we're running out of time, so we really can't talk about it too much.
Right. Oh, and we are about out of time, aren't we?
Yes, we are actually out of time.
Okay, we will see you all on the next investigation.